ट्रांसफर मार्केट का आखिरी हफ्ता स्टार्ट हो चुका है, जी हाँ, एंड दिस इज द इनफेमस टाइम व्हेन मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड पैनिक, क्या करें क्या करें क्या करें क्या करें, एंड वी बाय प्लेयर्स फ्रॉम लेफ्ट राइट एंड सेंटर, वो भी which we sometimes regret after buying 6 months after it, 12 months after it, but hopefully अगर हम इस बार कोई खरीदते हैं, we don't regret that. So everybody, welcome to MESC Red Devils NCR. I'm Antriksh and we are back once again with a bit of updates here and there about Manchester United and who we're looking and sniffing of buying a couple of players from our rivals, some from foreign players and a player, and one of the players who's been waiting with his arms open for the past eternity for us to bid on him and take him to his home United road. I mean, that's the best I could do. I don't know. But yeah, it was a busy week in terms of, I should say a busy weekend because we made, हमने बहुत 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 hard job बना दिया, which should have been an easy walk-away win against Nottingham Forest. We all know we came out winners. But just before we get into the depth of that game a bit, I'd like to have a small request. I see many of the newcomers who actually do end up watching our videos, they don't subscribe to the channel. So it'll be a small request. And of course, if you are coming to the video and watching, again, another request, please like कर दो वीडियो को. YouTube algorithm खुश हो जाता है कि अरे भाव ये तो बहुत सही सही बात बोल रहे हैं, अरे भाई सब यूनाइटेड का सब पता है इसको, इसको और लोग के पास भेजो. So please like the video in that sense, but I'll be eternally grateful for that. But yeah, so now coming back to the game which we had against Nottingham Forest. God damn, I mean, what a game. We really didn't expect this one to turn out the way it did. And you know what, Manchester United is the only team who has come from a 2-goal deficit 12 times. Ji haan, 12 freaking times in their Premier League history. And I think तो क्या, ये तो most by any team है, but I think the second number पे, that is, I don't remember the team, but मैंने जो number देखा, I think it was 5 or 6. So we have literally doubled whatever the last team has in terms of coming back from 2 goals down. It was this guy who sealed the freaking win for us, and it was our captain, a captain magnifico performance by Bruno, going 2 goals down. Best किया पहले 5 मिनट में, मतलब समझ ही नहीं आया क्या हुआ है, मतलब हुआ क्या ये defensive shambles. Bruno का ही गलत by the way corner था वो, and then actually conceding from there, poor physicality, defensive physicality and willingness shown by Marcus Rashford there, exploited there. Onana का हवाना भेज दिया उसे, ओनाना कर रहे हैं, सर्कस एकदम बना दिया. But then we conceded another one जो विली बॉल ही, कह रहा ये क्या हो गया. But we were 2-0 down nonetheless, but then we took care of the ball. Nottingham Forest just gave up the ball. But yeah, performance decode तो हमने कर लिया था. So as I would say, now going to another week, I think 3 points is what matters now. So yeah, but what a performance, as I showed you guys on the screen, by this guy, and not just by this guy, but also this freaking guy who was deputizing for Luke Shaw, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who was on the right back spot, and he filled in the left back spot effortlessly, as if he was playing there so very frequently. I mean, come on, like, किस तरीके से इस बंदे ने start किया, किस तरीके से इस बंदे ने खेला, it was so damn good. I was really impressed. I mean, in the absence of Luke Shaw, we need these kind of performances. We also have this guy who was on the bench, and I expect him to maybe play a role here and there. But this is when I jump into the first and one of the most sort of, I'd say, breaking news / groundbreaking or थोड़ी सी surprising news for me is Manchester United का link हो रहा है भाई Cucurella के साथ. And what I mean by Cucurella is, of course, Marc Cucurella. And I didn't expect this, to be honest. मतलब सिटी जाने वाला था, चेल्सी चला गया, आर्सेनल भी जाने वाला था, चेल्सी चला गया, अब यूनाइटेड आ सकता है. I mean, people क्या, but like reports are actually saying कि ये काफी close है यूनाइटेड के, and I didn't really expect it, and I don't think it should be our priority signing right now. But अगर हम मार्क कुकुरेला को देख ले, what options does he bring in for us? So basically इसकी एक दिक्कत है कि we obviously go with the back four. He is not that potent of a back four में left back, but he has obviously played there and he can play there. But इसका bestest position आता है either as a left center back, और उससे भी बढ़िया, one of the best positions I still think Marc Cucurella can play is the left wing back position. So I think that is where इसका पूरा core competency आता है. So but I don't think we do play that. But maybe we would need to adjust here and there या कुछ But what I think so basically a lot of people are saying, "अरे Amrabat के लिए funds हैं, ये है वो." See, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. It has to be on Amrabat, and to be honest, if I am given that sort of choice कि तुम क्या करो, because अल्ताई बेंदार करीब करीब 7 मिलियन में आ गया, 20 मिलियन के करीब हमने डीन एंडरसन भाई को बेच दिया. Very great news, by the way, कि it has become permanent. It's not temporary, which is fucking amazing. It's not a loan with an obligation or an option to buy. It's a fucking permanent deal. And I'd want nothing more than that. I'd want nothing more than that. Getting 20 for Dean Anderson. Sorry, I did not really expect that. So I'm pretty happy that is happening. So like, उसके लिए 20 मिल गए, हमने बेंदार से रिप्लेस कर दिया. It's a very good signing. मतलब good in the sense, obviously, वो आया नहीं है, but it's a signing that we have not made throughout the years. You know, signing a backup goalkeeper for 6-7 million, maybe of the same profile and stuff. तो लोग लगता है कि एक डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं, हम एक डायरेक्शन सिंक हो रहा है मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड में, which is always good to see. Because जो हमारे हाथ आ गया बैकअप जो पड़ा है वही चल रहा है, because वो तो बैकअप है, ऐसा वाला सीन नहीं है. Now we're looking to have people of the same mindset, of the same footballing abilities, of the same ilk to play in similar positions, which is obviously nice and a good sign in a developing club. So हमारे पास वो 13 million net car है. Obviously, I'd really want for us to spend each and every one of those pennies of those 13 million on Amrabat, but because it is what it is, and you know, इसके हाथ अभी ऐसे दिख रहे हैं आपको, इनको सीधा कर दो, and that is how ऐसे बाएं फैलाए, as I've repeatedly said, ये खड़ा है कि प्लीज मुझे ले जाओ, प्लीज मुझे ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड ले जाओ, and ये फेक डेडलाइन पर डेडलाइन दिए जा रही है. फियोरेंटीना भी, अमराबाट भी, ये भी, but he just wants to come to freaking United, man. अब end of the window तक हो गया. He's not going to wait forever, and by forever I mean maybe next window, maybe next summer window, yeah, January, maybe he goes somewhere else, because you know, players don't wait for this much time, let alone for a couple of windows. So I just think that if we bottle the Amrabat thing, and especially seeing our performances in the midfield अभी, and थोड़ा सा कैसेमीरो के alarming signs here and there देख के, I think Amrabat का आना उतना ही ज्यादा important हो जाता है. So I get the fact कि सब लोग चाह रहे कि वो Amrabat के लिए यूज हो, but where I come in here is the fact कि I also want कि इसका हर एक पैसा जो डीन एंडरसन से हमारा नेट पॉजिटिव बन रहा है वो Amrabat के पास जाए. But एक बात समझो, maybe what Ten Hag का mind or what the club is thinking is, when Luke Shaw comes back, which will be around 2 months, so तब तक Marc Cucurella is a straight replacement. And by the way, Marc Cucurella के अलावा we have also a couple more players. एक थोड़ा सा मेरे को glitchy और थोड़ा सा झूठ लग रहा है, but one of another players who's a decent enough player, who was very close to us, joining us पहले as well, but we went for Alex Telles instead. I remember that. So one of the players is that, but Cucurella भी जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, so he deputizes straight away at left back. He just does that. Maybe Diallo starting में खेले जब Cucurella आए, if he comes, and then Cucurella obviously eventually shifts to left back. Obviously वहाँ Alvaro Fernandez खेल सकता है, but as I said, अगर Cucurella लाना ही है in that condition. So Cucurella is a straight replacement for Luke Shaw for a couple of months जब तक out है वो. Then what it does is, basically we have seen Rafael Varane, Lisa Martinez. It's मतलब ये अभी भी थोड़ा सा like लोग, what I believe is people are over expecting and people are over relying on their fitness levels. Like लोग बहुत ज्यादा हल्के में ले रहे हैं और बहुत ज्यादा ले रहे हैं कि हाँ ये तो हमारे पास 2 सेंटर बैक है, मगवायर बेचो, ये बेचो, लिंडलॉफ है, ये लिंडलॉफ की कॉम्पिटेंसी और फॉर्म और लीचा और वरान की फिटनेस को लोग बहुत ओवर एस्टिमेट कर रहे हैं अभी, बहुत ज्यादा, which I think needs to stop, because we saw Licha Martinez had to go off at halftime, Rafael Varane had to go off at halftime. Rafael Varane का injury record has been anything but good. It's been decent, थोड़ा जितना डर लग रहा था उससे थोड़ा बढ़िया रहा है पिछले एटलीस्ट 1-1.25 साल में, but it's not been pretty good और एकदम बढ़िया ऐसे करके. So you have to be wary about that as well. So if Marc Cucurella comes, one, थोड़ा सा far fetched, but we might sometimes maybe edge to a back 3, back 5 जिसे कहते हैं, then Cucurella is an option there. But उससे ज्यादा जो मुझे ज्यादा important लग रहा है कि Cucurella keeps his spot at left back. What it actually does is Luke Shaw fits in perfectly at left centre back, and actually left centre back in a back 4 with 2 centre backs only. He doesn't need a back 3 जो Ole Gunnar Solskjaer के tenure में Luke Shaw actually as a centre back खेलता था in a back 5. He can do that in a back 4 as well. He played effortlessly and मक्खन लगा के खेला था वो उन जगहों पर एक ही जगह पर लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक. सो आई थिंक वो एक सेंटर बैक ऑप्शन हमारे लिए ऐड हो जाता है. सो कुकुरेला लेफ्ट पे रहेगा, Luke Shaw एक center back option add जाता है. So that actually solves two problems for us. One, Cucurella के आते ही Cucurella is a direct replacement for Luke Shaw for the 2 months. And when Luke Shaw comes back, Cucurella sometimes keeps his left back spot. See, एक तो competition आ जाएगा left back position में, because अभी के लिए इतना as such competition है नहीं आपके पास left back spot में. So obviously है, but Tyrell Malacia being injured. So आपके पास Cucurella आ जाएगा. Obviously Tyrell Malacia might come back as well, but Tyrell को अभी अगर हम साइड में रखें in terms of quality, I think Tyrell से ऊपर Cucurella, उससे ऊपर Luke Shaw मेरे हिसाब से. So Luke Shaw वापस आएगा. So sometimes Cucurella could keep his spot. Sometimes when Luke Shaw is on the left back, then हमारे center back sorted है. Maybe कभी अगर हमारा कोई center back injured है, preferably अगर Martinez injured है, so left center back, left footed. Shaw slips in there because right-footed Maguire तो छोड़ी दो, 8th choice center back हो गया हमारा. But no, kidding. But even Victor Lindelof, he's a right-footer. Obviously, we know Ten Hag prefers a left footer there. So Luke Shaw slips into the left centre back position and Cucurella takes up the left backup position. So I think that is where it starts to make a bit of sense. And if we can get him on a 3-4 million का cheap तो नहीं कहेंगे, वैसे इतना ही होता है loan fee, maybe 2-3 million जो भी उसके loan fee पे. So I think it could work out, and then we might see कि summer में क्या है इसके साथ. Another player of the same profile who's being linked to us is this guy, which is Reguilon. Sergio Reguilon is Reguilon. Sergio Reguilon. So Sergio Reguilon, of course, a great player. I think he's a decent enough player. Again, with the same ilk of Cucurella. Adventurous going forward. With defensive questions, थोड़े बहुत हैं. थोड़े से, in fact, मैं कहूँगा maybe Cucurella से ज़्यादा ही है कभी-कभी. So that plays a part. But yeah, again, he's a player who is on United's radar. Let's see how it develops, because I think this Cucurella wala story will develop more, and then we might look at Reguilon if things are not sorted out with Chelsea. Because remember, Reguilon, अपने Cucurella के लिए, there is Levi Colwill who's apparently got in there. Then there is Ben Chilwell, and then there is Marc Cucurella. So काफी सीन है वहां पर, and पता नहीं एक और लेफ्ट बैक है या लेफ्ट विंग बैक है जो मैं भूल रहा हूँ या कुछ, बट ये सीन है काफी. एंड आई थिंक मालो गुस्तो भी लेफ्ट बैक खेल रहा था. ऑब्वियसली वो आजकल राइट विंग बैक खेल रहा है because of the absence of Reece James. But yeah, that is that. And एक तो उन्होंने बेच दिया शायद, लुइस हॉल जो था उन्होंने न्यूकासल को बेच दिया 30-40 मिलियन में. So that he's gone there. But yeah, as I said, मतलब अपना Levi Colwill आ गया है, अपना Ben Chilwell, who's their fucking captain, vice captain obviously, but captain in the absence of Reece James, so he's not going anywhere. तो Cucurella का थोड़ा सा मुझे डाउटफुल लग रहा है वहां पर स्टैंस चेल्सी में. So he might as well be keen on a move to obviously a big club like Manchester United. So I think that is that. But Reguilon के हिसाब से I think पहले ये वाला story develop होगा. If it is undercut बीच में, then obviously the Reguilon story will develop. And then rounding up this small little transfer wala scene, I think it's important to mention Ryan Gravenberch as well. Again, there is nothing very much going on there, as disappointing as that sounds. But again, end of the transfer window, anything can happen. Bayern, I think, would let him go. They won't have many complaints about letting him go. But I think it's about the right bid. It's about the right approach. And Liverpool, I also think, would be in a race. If not just for Gravenberch, they'll still want to maybe add a defensive fraternity ka ek midfielder, or if they get in for a right price. Because remember, they were willing to offer 110. And I said कि लिवरपूल उस वे में वर्क नहीं करती कि उनके पास 110 है. अब उन्होंने वटारो एंडो 20 मिलियन का खरीद लिया करीब जो भी. So 90 million अभी बचे. No, they don't sanction out a budget कि हमें इतना का चाहिए. They went out for Caicedo. They were willing to spend 110 for Caicedo. Doesn't mean they have 110 in the bank to spend for a left alone CDM position. They might as well go for these 10-20 million cheap options. So it'll be important to see how that story develops. I still think Liverpool are in a race, are in the market for a defensively sound. कल भी मतलब काफी dog दिखा हमें, like fucking hell, the way we played against Nottingham Forest, even though Forest had 10 men, was just a shambles and a shame. And look how Liverpool did what they did yesterday with 10 men, and they absolutely marly Newcastle की, because Newcastle were almost too cocky कि अब तो हम जीतेंगे ही, because we are the new Newcastle now, and plus 10 men भी है. But now, cheers and great spirit shown by Liverpool there. So yeah, I think they'll be involved in the market as well for another defensively sound player in the midfield. But yeah, I think that is about it. So to summarize things up, we need to be better in our performances, as we discussed about it, obviously, and how we are lacking in the midfield. So it'll be really important to see this busy final last week of the transfer window. Then Amrabat is as open as I don't want to use the word as a I don't even want to use the noun. Amrabat is as open as a to a move to England, obviously to Manchester United. We've been given time till the end of the window, so no new things there. We are in talks. We are apparently close, not very close, but decently close. Jitna at least मैंने expect किया था उससे ज़्यादा with Marc Cucurella. So that's a story to think about as well, or to know about as well. Then we might also be involved with Regulon in case this deal falls out and stuff. So yeah, there's a bit going on, and obviously Gravenberch is there on the market as well for us to maybe snap up if we want to. So yeah, I think that is all about today. So again, a big thank you to everyone who joined in, who saw the video and watched it till here. It's a big pleasure, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. It'll again be a small request. Please subscribe to the channel if possible, and like. Oh, Mamulia, subscribe to the goddamn channel and like the video as well. It helps us out a lot, and it helps us out also bringing in the content. And also, notification bell press karo, because anytime we get a video like this out, aap log ko sabse pehle pata chalega. So with that thought in mind, thank you so much to everybody. Take care of yourselves. Keep supporting United, GGMU, and I'll speak to you guys in a bit.